My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Sagittarius. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing your general love reading, your 5-card spread. But before I do that, I want to offer these 12 red roses as a token of my love and appreciation for your love, support, and devotion towards my channel. And thank you so much for joining me today as well. Because the 5-card love reading includes so the first card represents you, the second, the other person, the third, the relationship, fourth, the past, and fifth, the future. Then I'm going to draw a Vampire Oracle for you and then a Favole and one card from the French Tarot deck of Le Tarot Interdit Vampiria. But let's get started with card number 1, which is for you, and you get 7 of Cups. Options and opportunities. Aha. It's a very luxurious and very, honoring, kind of card to be given to a beautiful fire sign as yourself, because either, you're in a single position and you have eyes focused on you. You pretty much have the choices and options to be choosing whoever you want to be with in other ways, or courts, or whatever, and stuff like that. But it could also be, that you could have also, broken up and divorced from somebody, and now you're pretty much, getting back out, trying to get to see, what other options and opportunities are to your disposal. But if you're in a long-term relationship or even in a courtship, it also shows that you still have a lot of people that pretty much have their eyes on you and stuff like that, which is very honorable on so many levels. But of course, you could also have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio placements in your star chart. But yeah, but if you're in a long-term relationship, I could see that you guys are also probably, choosing, new, beginnings, activities, journeys, and what have you, and so forth in other ways. But it just shows that you pretty much just have, the luxury, the power, the control to choose who you want to actually be with currently or in the next phase, what have you, and so forth in other ways. Let's see who the other person could be or is. 2 of Wands. Now let's first look at the single Sagittarius in today's reading. The 2 of Wands is definitely like a journeys kind of card. It's like literally heading out towards something. And that's kind of, what you have to do. This is like going out on an adventure. And adventure is one of your key themes. It's pretty much, just, being like the centaur, using your bow and arrow, getting out into the forest, woods, whatever, and stuff like that. So you could actually find the options and opportunities that you probably crave and desire on so many levels, or any form of companionship or friendship. Of course, it is a general reading, so take it how it resonates. But that's on one angle, that's kind of what I see, is that you're definitely heading out to find new options and opportunities. Or it could be you and your current spouse, lover, companion, who's also going to be going out on journeys together, adventures, and you guys are pretty much going to be trying out new, new experimentations, new locations, what have you, maybe honeymoons, or maybe any kind of like reminiscing memories and stuff like that as well. But it could also be on a different note for the single ones that you have options and opportunities. And this person, this fiery individual, could be a fellow fire sign, maybe an Aries, a Leo, or maybe another Sagittarius who's pretty much heading off towards you as well. Relationship. Ace of Wands, putting time and energy into something. Okay. So on one aspect, it just shows that you pretty much are actually proactive, and you're taking the steps needed to actually head out into this world, because you're putting time and energy on either finding true love, courtship, dating, or maybe, you could also be waiting for this person to approach you as well. And that's another thing, is maybe you're actually just putting time and energy in finding the perfect true love of whoever it may be, and whoever you're also waiting for in other ways. And this person is pretty much also heading out towards you as well. And maybe you just think, okay, I have options and opportunities, but nobody quite clicks with me right now. So I'm going to put time and energy onto finding true love in any kind of voyage. And this person is pretty much also going to be accepting that kind of energy as well. Because in the past, you got 3 of Pentacles. My goodness, it could have been with a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. But what I kind of see is you could have been in a love triangle with maybe 2 other offerings out there. Or maybe you're into one of those, how would you call, open relationships, where you pretty much just are not committed to one person, but you enjoy having different types of humans in your vicinity. I mean, I know back in my time, that was kind of also a common theme of having open relationships. But other than that, you could have also been in a position of actually having choices and choosing as well, where you pretty much just thought, okay, in the past I had options to choose from. Now in current times I still have options. I'm not really getting that you're entirely committed, if that means anything, because the thing is, it's like, of course you can still be in a long-term committed relationship nonetheless, but I'm not really getting it from these cards because it just shows that you're the one that wants to actually, take charge and control. You don't want to immediately settle down. You don't want to be a houseplant. You don't want to be just saying, okay, we hitched our wagons to each other and now everything is just a grand outcome. I mean, I always hope for the best on so many levels. Just don't get me wrong on thinking, well, here she goes. No, it's just pretty much that he'll see that you pretty much just, don't want to per se settle down in any way, but it also just shows that you're also kind of looking for partnership and companionship as well. Because be rest assured, you get Ace of Pentacles in the future. New love is heading towards you, but what does a pentacle mean in the form of romance and love, potential engagement, or wedding ring as well? So either, you could end up, getting proposed to in the future. Maybe there's going to be a resurrection. Maybe there's going to be an ex returning back, from the metaphorical graveyard to want to actually propose to you in the future as well. So whoever and however it may turn out, 100% your prerogative. I want to wish you all the best of luck on how this is going to go, because you do actually come across as this real magnetic force, that you're probably very beautiful, handsome, you're very talented, you probably have so much power that some people just really crave and just want to be in your aura and stuff like that. But this person is definitely going to be heading towards you, whoever it may be. Because Oracle wants to say courtesy, thoughtful, polite, and good manners. And so with any kind of like planning, any kind of offerings, it's good to always have, good manners and stuff like that, and to be polite, and even with any kind of rejections and refusals, it's always good to just, always be very, kind and polite about any kind of refusals. Like if this person were to come to you and say, oh, will you be mine, Sagittarius? And then you just actually think, actually, no, thank you. I'm really busy right now. I'm not really out for relationships or commitments right now, but I am flattered and stuff like that. Something like that. It's always good to have such manners. But if with any kind of offerings and stuff like that, always being thoughtful is very crucial, because it kind of gives you this, this time and energy to actually think, well, who do I actually want to be with? And you're putting thought into any kind of like ideas, people, relationships for that matter. And that's kind of what the thoughtful process in the future is about. And then, well, you can think it through, and if you do or don't want to accept this person's proposition, offering for any reason. So Favole wants to continue with the Ace of Wands again. My goodness, you get so much fire energy. It could be maybe from a fellow fire sign, whoever it's going to be, this Ace of Wands. But there's definitely time and energy, being put into, your future, because you are a very thoughtful individual coming from today's reading, where you're going to be putting a lot of time and energy into heading towards and choosing who you want to really be with. If you wish to be in a single position, 100% your prerogative. That's what I also see with the time and energy, is to think, I'm also thinking about my own personal well-being, my own love, my own care and support and nurturing as well. So as long as you really put time and energy, it's pretty much who and whatever you want to, be with in the end. Because the Tarot Interi Vampiria wants to finish off with Cavalier de Pierre. So this is also known as Page of Wands. Now there's definitely a journey that's going to be taking place in your future, an adventure. It could also be this fire sign that's going to be heading off towards you. Maybe that's who's going to be, maybe, well, about a past fire sign and another Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo and stuff like that, that's going to be heading off towards you in a fast manner as well. But anyway, I just see that there's movement and development taking place. And of course, take it how it resonates. It is a general reading, so it doesn't have to be resonating for everybody. But at least, as long as there's movement, it means that there's either healing, development, or something that's pretty much going to be heading towards you in a certain manner, stuff like that. Because the other person could definitely also be heading off towards you, and maybe you could also be having, maybe, many other suitors available to you. Maybe there's going to be fire and earth that's going to be, heading off towards you and stuff like that. Maybe that's what the other two individuals from the Three of Pentacles are all about, where you actually have two people either from the past or even in current times that are going to be heading off towards you. But of course, Again, take it how it resonates, because I do see you putting time and energy into your current situation, love life, relationship, and so forth, what have you. Well, I'm going to have to leave it at this for the Sagittarius love reading for today. But if this reading resonated for Sagittarius out in this world, please feel free to join and subscribe to my channel. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. I love you guys incredibly. In a few days, I'm going to be doing general readings again. So I'm just doing love in general for now. But I'm also open for personal readings. And please feel free to reach out and post in the comment section below that you want a personal reading from me. And I'll respond to you with my email. Please feel free to browse through the different types of prices on the project page, web link that I have on this YouTube channel. But other than that, I love you guys incredibly. I want to wish you all the best on this beautiful choice, options, offerings, what have you, and so forth. But otherwise, I love you guys and thank you again so very much.